And it's another edition of Questions for a Coach with Train with Mike. And I had a question come in and said, how does a coach pick starters? The biggest thing is, how do 11 players on a soccer team gel? Okay, it's not always necessarily the most talented 11, and that's subjective anyway. But it's how do each individual player, how do they mesh with the rest of the team? And it could be formation-based as well. A lot of teams run a 4-2-3-1 nowadays. So the roles and responsibilities for each position, certain players may fare better in various roles and fulfilling those responsibilities than others. So it's not always talent. I mean, also, a positive attitude is big. I've coached teams where maybe the more talented players aren't the most positive players. They're negative, they kind of drag a team down in certain ways. So it's not always talent. Now, of course, that's going to play into it big time. But if you have a bad attitude, sometimes that's going to outweigh the talents that you may bring to the field. So I would say first and foremost, it's how do those 11 players form as a unit? Also, who's been bringing it in practice consistently? That goes heavily into who's starting. Then also, maybe some players are more gamers, or maybe they don't play as well in training, but when the lights are on and the game is going on, they just take it to a whole new level. A lot of times coaches will play those guys. So really it's different from coach to coach, philosophy to philosophy, but in the end it's who's going to make the biggest positive impact for a team when it's time to hit the field. And also, some players may be better substitutes. There's somebody that just brings that certain dynamic, whether it's speed or pace or energy or aggression. Maybe it's better to have that person come on 20 or 30 minutes into a game when the opposing team maybe isn't as high of energy. Maybe they're lacking aggression, those kind of things. So one thing I want parents and players to realize is starters isn't the end-all be-all. The biggest thing is when you do get in, what kind of impact are you making? But in general, that's how the top 11 are brought to the table to start a game. Who's going to be those 11 that are going to make the biggest impact the quickest?